Blast ahoy and good day once again to ye mateys. I be Josh the Pirate and I'm back for another Tactics Tuesday, or Tactics Tyrsday as I like to call them. Hey Tony, nice to see you my friend. And today I'm going to be doing a little bit of home brewing, a little bit of making up a new monster or two perhaps. Basically see what the fancy takes me, if the fancy takes me. I am enjoying a beverage this evening. I'm having a Four Pines, what's it called? A Four Pines Brewing Company Ultra Low, less than 5%. I've never actually tried this one before. Ooh. 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 Crisp, hoppy, with a little bit of citrus. Mmm. It's a tiny, tiny bit. Yeah. It's like quite a light pale ale. I like that. That's very nice. It was on special as well, so it wasn't even that expensive. Delicious. Lovely. Well, splendid. Well, that's gotten me in an excellent mood. I've spent all day... what was I doing all day? Sanding a deck. That's fun. Hey, Thamior! How are you? And Tony, how are you as well, buddy? It's nice to see both of you. Yeah, so, I'm going to be doing, as you may have guessed, the attentive of you may have guessed, I'm going to be looking at the Rainbow Serpent. Hey, bloody Zeros! Good to see you, my friend. Yeah. And then at some point, when I get tired, I've got to go and pick my brother up from the airport relatively in an hour or so. An hour and a half-ish. Yeah, let's give this a go. So, the Rainbow Serpent is an Indigenous Australian piece of folklore. I don't know exactly how to... It's referred to in the wiki as in Australian Aboriginal mythology. It is a creator god myth, but I think it's almost disrespectful to refer to it as a myth when it is... I'm not sure if they worship it particularly. But let's have a look. Let's have a read of the wiki. Before I do that, however, I should shout out Wootton Forge, our amazing affiliates. You can check out their work at wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove, and if you do, that'd be awesome of you. This is my prized piece of Wootton Forge thing stuff. This is my dice keeper. It is Jarrah, and it is made of, it's, Australian Jarrah, reclaimed Australian Jarrah as well. Jarrah is the most gorgeous wood. It's got this dark, almost red texture to it, color rather to it, and it's really, really lovely grain. And I'm a carpenter my own self, so I actually am quite into this sort of thing. And when I met the Wootton Forge guys, I was like, you guys make some very pretty stuff, and they do. They can personalizely engrave it for you and everything. And I quite like this. Yeah, you've got the dice tray on one side, and you've got the roller on the other, and it's leather embossed. It's a lovely thing. If you want something like this, or many of their other fine products like DM screens, pens, they're all over there. You can check them all out there. Sirenscape is providing our music this evening, and because I'm not joined by anybody, that's pretty much all the intro stuff I have to do. Oh yeah, that's right. Ukraine. Tomorrow evening, we will be running the one-shot from the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth, which is created by the Dragon's Vault in support of the British Red Cross's efforts to help the Ukrainian people. If you fancy donating to that, you can come along this evening and watch us play it. But the Curious Compendium is more than just that little one-shot. It is a whole bunch of things. It's 38 pages long. It's full of monsters, a couple of subclasses, all themed around Eastern European mythology, particularly Slavic mythology, particularly Ukrainian mythology. It's very, very cool. The front cover has there's some really gorgeous art throughout. There's a lot of contributors worked on it, and it's a really great little thing. I've been in contact with them. They're really groovy peeps. One of them may or may not be coming to play with us. We haven't locked that one in yet because they are in a completely other time zone, and that's challenging. But that's going to be fun. And the other link we have in chat there is the Emergency Action Appeal, which is an Australian-based conglomerate of charities that is raising money to help Ukrainian refugees. They've raised a combination of nearly $4 million already, which is really, really cool. And if you have any spare pennies in your digital wallet, it'd be groovy if you consider donating to either of those things. One of them, you get yourself a handy D&D booklet, and the other one, you just get a nice warm feeling in your heart. which you might get from the D&D booklet anyway. Both are good. Would recommend either. Thanks very much, guys. Well, let's get into it. Let's have a look at the Rainbow Snake. The Rainbow Serpent, or the Rainbow Snake, is a common deity, also known as by numerous other names in different Australian Aboriginal languages. There are like 250. There is so many. Referring to Australian Indigenous peoples as one people is massively inaccurate. There are loads and loads of nations within the Australian peoples, and it's very westernized view to view them as all sort of one conglomerate. Often seen as a creator god and a common motif in the art and religion of Aboriginal Australia. Not all the myths of the ancestral being link a rainbow with the snake, and not all describe the being as a snake. But there is usually a link with water or rain, so that's something to be aware of for our for our home brewing. This is, I would also say, like something I'm wanting to do more of. I am not an Australian by birth, but I have an Australian passport. I'm a naturalised Australian, and proudly married to an Australian as well. And I very much adopted Australia as my new home. And some of their culture it's so other, I suppose, is the trick. It's so different to my schooling, my upbringing, my European roots, that it can be hard to see the detail and the texture for just see past your own cultural bias. And I've been making a sort of a deliberate push to educate myself in this. And there was a trip to the Art Gallery of West Australia. And it was pretty much full of Australian only stuff. There was very little imported in, and an awful lot of it was Indigenous artwork. And while there, I saw a sort of a legend, a video of a legend about the Ngalaku. Now that's my bastardization of them. The real pronunciation is significantly longer and much more complicated to say, and I butchered it so many times I'm not going to do it again. But I derived from that my homebrew monster bunch, the Ngalaku, and then chat added in the lentum hive mind, the sort of the sticky mushrooms that eventually infected Mike Moans to the point where he's got a cleric who is very good with the liddies, and he is now a servant of the Lentum Hive Mind because of a one-shot he came and played with for charity, which is all fun. But yes, the Lentum and the Ngalaku are two of my creations, or my sort of with chats creations, and I'm wanting to do more of that inspired by Australian myth, similar to the Curious Compendium of Slavic myth, to be honest. So that's sort of the goal, the mission statement, as it were. So not all myths of the ancestral being link it to rainbow or the snake, but all do with water or rain. Some scholars have suggested that the link between the two suggests the cycle of the seasons. For example, blue, winter, and red, summer, yellow, spring, and orange, autumn, and the importance of water in human life, particularly for native Australians, where Australia, contrary to sort of people who haven't been here's belief, Australia can be quite green. There's several bits of Australia that is very, very green. In fact, we even get snow in the mountains sometimes. Literally the snowy mountains, not very imaginative with naming when we came here. The snowy mountains do actually sometimes, occasionally, have snow. You can ski year round in one place in Victoria, I believe. Not very well, but you can. So yeah, water would always obviously be hugely important to them, and also contrary to sort of all of the preconceptions I had, they had pretty complex agriculture. They weren't just hunter-gatherers; they were very much farmers. They lived off the land as well, but yes, they did cultivate crops, and so rain obviously super important for them. When the rainbow is seen in the sky, it is said that the Rainbow Serpent is moving from one waterhole to another. I like that. and the divine concept explained by why some waterholes never dried up and when drought struck. There are many names and stories associated with the serpent, all of which communicate the significance and power of this being within Aboriginal mythology. It is viewed as a giver of life, though through its association with water, but can be a destructive force if angry. The Rainbow Serpent is one of the most common and well-known Australian stories, Aboriginal stories, and is of great importance to Aboriginal society. It is one of the oldest continuing religious beliefs in the world and continues to be a cultural influence today. So, that's interesting. It is still very much a thing. The Rainbow Serpent is known by different names in many different Aboriginal subcultures. I like that. They're distinct cultures, come on. The Rainbow Serpent, or serpents, if there are more than one, are known as Borlong, or Borlung, by the Mayalai. Now, I need to find Taipan by the Wigmunkan. Wagil. See, the place I live, Perth, is in the Noongar Nation, and Wagil, would be my best approximation of that. W-A-G-Y-L, the Wagil of the Noongar. The Indigenous Australian spoken is it's beautiful to listen to. It's really, really cool. Very flowing language. It's very quite musical, and an absolute beast to get your tongue around for a Westerner. The Dictionary of World Mythology cites Yurlunga as the Merngan name for a great copper python, copperhead, who is the Great Father. He is the Rainbow Serpent. Yes. Development of concept, characteristics and associations. Here we are. Dreamtime, or the dreaming, which is the, I would say, afterlife, or sort of the otherworld aspect, the otherworldly aspect of Indigenous folklore. Stories tell of great spirits and totems during creation, an animal and a human form that molded the barren and featureless earth. The Rainbow Serpent came from beneath the ground and created huge ridges, mountains, and gorges as it pushed upward. The Rainbow Serpent is understood to be of immense proportions and inhabits deep, permanent waterholes and is in control of life's most precious resource, water. In some cultures, the Rainbow Serpent is considered to be the ultimate creator of everything in the universe. Ow. We may have to nerf it a bit. Though the concept of the rainbow snake has existed a long time in Aboriginal Australian cultures, it was introduced to the wider world through the work of anthropologists. In fact, the name Rainbow Serpent or Rainbow Snake appears to have been coined by the English Alfred Radcliffe Brown. That there is an English name. An anthropologist who noticed the same concept going under different names among various Aboriginal Australian cultures and called it the Rainbow Serpent myth of Australia. It has been suggested that this name implies that there is only one Rainbow Serpent, and when the concept actually varies quite a bit from one culture to another, and should be properly called the Rainbow Serpent myths of Australia. Similarly, it has been suggested that the serpent's position as the most prominent creator god of the Australian tradition has largely been the creation of non-Aboriginal anthropologists. Another error of the same kind is the way in which Western-educated people with cultural stereotype of Greco-Roman or Norse myths tell the Aboriginal stories in the past tense. For the Indigenous people of Australia, the stories are everywhen, past, present, and future. I like that as well. That's very cool. Learning. In some cultures, the rainbow serpent is male, others female, and yet others the gender is ambiguous, or the rainbow serpent is a hermaphroditic or bisexual, thus an androgynous entity. Some commentators have suggested that the rainbow serpent is a phallic symbol, which fits its connection with fertility myths and rituals, I guess. When the serpent is characterized as female or bisexual, it is sometimes depicted with breasts. Other times, the serpent has no particular gender. The serpent has also been known to appear as a scorpion or other animal or creature. In some stories, the serpent is associated with a bat, sometimes called a flying fox in Australian English, engaged in a rivalry over a woman. Some scholars have identified other creatures, such as a bird, crocodile, dingo, or lizard, as taking the role of the serpent in stories. In all cases, these animals are also associated with water. The rainbow serpent has also been identified with the bunyip, a fearful waterhole-dwelling creature in Australian mythology. I sense a second homebrew bunyip. I've heard the word, but I'm uncertain. I genuinely thought bunyips were real things. Bunyip is a creature of Aboriginal mythology. Okay. Lurks in swamps, billabongs, creeks, riverbeds, and waterholes. The name traced to the Wemba Wemba language of the Aboriginal people of Victoria. Devil or evil spirit. Oh, hell yeah, there we go. Gonna have to homebrew a bunyip as well, I think. Oof, right. Physical descriptions of bunyips vary wildly. George French Angus may have collected a description of a bunyip in his account of a water spirit from the Murundi people of the Murray River. Much dreaded by them, it inhabits the Murray, but they have some difficulty describing it. In its most usual form, it is said that to be that of an enormous starfish. Huh. The Chalacum bunyip, an outline image of a bunyip carved by the Aboriginal people into the bank of Fiery Creek near Ararat, Victoria, was first recorded in the Australasian newspaper in 1851. According to the report, it had been speared after killing an Aboriginal man. Antiquarian Reynolds Johns claimed that until the mid-1850s, Aboriginal people made a habit of visiting the place annually and retracing the outlines of the figure, which is about 11 paces long and 4 paces in extreme breadth. The image no longer exists. It's a crying shame. And it is an ongoing conversation, and I don't even like that we're having the conversation. Hello, Laurite, how are you, my dear? That, yeah, a lot of Indigenous cultural heritage in Australia has been wiped out. And not even just deliberately, just it's more like callous disregard. Mining and oil and gas, like, it's very tricky because Australia's economy is very much an exports-based economy. We are very financially strong because we have raped our country. And that has its benefits, but it also has its negatives. Check my DMs. Oh, well, that's jolly kind of you. Noted. Thank you very much, you splendid human being. Wow. And good on you, as well. Splendid. Anyway, we will go back to the bunyip. Let's do the nice thing first. Rainbow Serpent. The sometimes unpredictable Rainbow Serpent, in contrast to the unyielding sun, replenishes the stores of water, forming gullies and deep channels as the Rainbow Serpent slithers across the landscape. In this belief system, without the serpent, no rain would fall and the earth would dry up. In other cultures, the serpent is said to come to stop the rain. In addition to the identification with the rainbow, the serpent is also identified with a prismatic halo around the moon that can be regarded as a sign of rain. Secrets. Thamio, it's not a super secret. The Laurite has just donated a prize to donated a raffle prize for tomorrow evening's stream, which is Jolly splendid of them. So we will be now giving away a copy of the Compendium of Slavic Myth. Pretty cool. Because the wonderful person went and bought two. Yeah. But don't let that dissuade you from purchasing your own. Serpent stories, let's see. Possible origins in nature, role in traditional culture, influence in modern culture. I'm sort of looking for inspiration of abilities and potential strength. It would have to be very, very strong, I think is the big thing. I'm going to do what I normally do and get a template. Kind of dragon does thunder damage. Because this is going to be based on a dragon, let's be honest. Serpent stories. Stories about the Rainbow Serpent have been passed down from generation to generation. The indigenous peoples don't write. It's entirely an oral history, and the fact that it's been going as long as it is really quite cool. Oh, absolutely. It's for a great cause, and I've been hooked on mythology and folklore as a whole since my mum told me the story of Prometheus when I was 5. Excellent. Things click into place. We understand, all right. Tribes of the monsoonal areas depict an epic interaction of the sun, the serpent, and the wind in their Dreamtime stories, whereas tribes of the central desert experience less drastic seasonal shifts, and their stories reflect this. It is known both as a benevolent protector of its people and a malevolent punisher of lawbreakers. The Rainbow Serpent's mythology is closely linked to land, water, life, social relationships, and fertility. Often takes part in transitions from adolescence to adulthood for young men and swallows them up to vomit them out later. Elder Tempest. Angry Golem Games. An elemental. Form, flyby, legendary resistance. You definitely have that. Siege monster, thunderous slam, lightning storm. In Modern Kainen's Tome of Foes. That'd be why I haven't heard of it. I haven't got that one yet. Challenge rating 23. Sounds about right, to be honest. Gargantuan Elemental. Yeah. I actually think it would be fair to describe this creature as an elemental as well. No, you know what? It's a celestial. What am I talking about? Yeah. I don't think that's a bad place to start, alright? I'm going to find a better, one that would be easier to copy-paste. There you go. 23, 28. Jesus. 23, 4. We're going to have to fix that. This thing's quite smart. Elder Tempest. Oh, that's different. Living Storm. Yeah. There we go. Where's my Word document? Boom. Alright. The Rainbow Serpent. It would be a Guardian Celestial. Gargantuan Celestial. Celestial. I would say it's lawful. I can't spell for shit. Probably neutral? I think my impression is it seems to be very much about balance. I don't think it's evil, but I don't necessarily know if it's good. Ugh. Saving throws, wisdom, charisma, resistance. I think, yeah, obviously, I think you would have to be. It would be immune to lightning, poison, and thunder. Sure, it's a snake, so it would be immune to poison. Yeah, I think a lot of this is good. Oh, dear me. I'm gonna. Firstly, its intelligence needs to be much higher. I'm going to give it a 21 intelligence. I think that's about right. So plus 5. Proficiency bonus. Don't need 2 of those. Now, what tip it under? There we go. I would say, because this thing, it can tunnel as well. Here's a kicker you can add since it's a deity. Immunity to radiant damage. I don't know. I kind of like the idea that if anyone was fighting this thing, they would go, well, it's a deity, so let's not bother with radiant damage. But not actually give it a resistance to an immunity to radiant damage. I'd probably give it resistance. Mostly because it's a Rainbow Serpent, which would be water plus light. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Doesn't provoke opportunity attacks when it flies out of an enemy's reach. Languages. It has common, definitely. Celestial. Primordial. Kori, the language of dreams. I think that's how Kori is spelled. Might be the O there. That's it. Yeah, I vibe with that as well. Telepathy. How to put that? Like, telepathy in those languages? I also think its passive perception should be way higher. 22. I think it should be proficient with perception. Siege monster deals double damage to objects and structures. Yep, that's not a problem. Thunderous Slam. Screaming Gale. Speaks all of these telepathic. A microbiologist is here. A vast matey, and such. I'm bored of me. Bored of my, I like the absent-minded harp. Or is it? No, it's not that. It's just harps. Me harps. There you go. Chill. How are you, microbiologist? Good to see you. Here's the thing. You're a lot bigger than I thought you'd be. Sorry, you probably get that joke all the time. I am well, my friend. Yes, I'm a little bit tired physically, because I have spent all day out in the sun, and it was mid-30s today. Walked out of the house, I was like, yeah, almost went right back inside. It was around sort of 33, 34 in Perth today. And I am resurfacing the deck by my pool, which I've gotten working, which is nice. And yeah, it's lovely. And the pool was just, I was just like, no, I'm going to get in you so badly. I'm going to swim around in that. The pool is sitting at a very, very comfortable 23 degrees and gorgeous. Yeah, 4 or 5 hours of pretty back-breaking work. I'm enjoying my holiday in Thailand, and I feel that feeling tired after being out in the sun. Oh, yeah. Holidays are a weird thing as well, because I often get back from a holiday thinking, God, I need a break, because I tire myself out. You know, Garen was like, I'm in this place, I've got to do all the things, I've got to see all the stuff, and it's exhausting. The last time I went on a holiday where I actually came back feeling rested was Vietnam, and I deliberately did, like, we had 8 days, and we deliberately only did stuff on 4 of them. And the other 4 days, we just sat by the pool at the fancy hotel that we'd gotten a free 7 nights in. Yeah, it was lovely. That, strongly adore. So, how is Thailand, though? I've been, but only to the capital, which, is it Kuala Lumpur? Am I right? Is Kuala Lumpur the capital of Thailand? Okay. Bangkok. I have been to Bangkok. Yeah. You do more stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yes, I had 3 days in Bangkok and spent remarkably little money for the amount of stuff I spent. Alright, so we are, a microbiologist, we are building a Rainbow Serpent from the Indigenous Australian mythology for 5e. And I don't know if anybody's ever done it before. I imagine someone has. Although most of this is hanging out with my wife's family's place. Oh, lovely. Excellent. So you're there to see family. Marvellous. It is... I am jealous as all hell there. Right, so saving throws, stats. I don't particularly like the flyby ability. The legendary resistant, that makes perfect sense. So keep that boy. Rainbow Serpent. If the Rainbow Serpent fails a saving throw, it can choose to succeed instead. Living Storm. I think it has the ability to teleport. I think it has the ability to tunnel. I think it's got a tunneling speed. Well, it does have a 0. I don't actually think it has a no walking speed. I think its normal speed would be 40 feet. Because I think it can slither in the manner of a snake. Fly. And it can hover. And I would say it has a tunneling speed of 30 feet. Not 320 feet. A rainbow note rope. Yes, a rainbow spicy noodle. Exactly. I think we ditch the flyby. Well, turn it into something else. Airform, again, nah. It's enormous. I don't think it can enter another hostile creature space and stop there. But it can teleport, I would say. Rainbow. I really liked. There was a bit in the wiki that we looked at that had rainbows were it teleporting from one billabong or oasis to another, and I really liked that. So I reckon it can teleport, and wherever it does, a large puddle forms. I think it should be an action. Yeah. I'm now going to Google exactly what a billabong is. Because I am not actually certain. Double L. It's obviously it is an outdoor wear company in Australia. What does billabong mean? Derives from the language of the Wiradjuri people of southwestern New South Wales and describes a pond or pool of water that is left behind when a river alters course. Ah, okay. So, like an oasis. A pond. Okay. In which case, that is definitely what's going to be left behind. Renaming a billabong jump. Yes, it's totally a billabong. Yeah. Billabong jump. I reckon the Rainbow Serpent, wherever it is, there is always water around it. Unless it doesn't want there to be. No, let's keep it with the whenever it teleports, both where it's teleported from and where it teleports to, a billabong just happens. Just a pond about 50 feet wide. Just pop. The Rainbow Serpent can teleport itself. Ooh, how far do you think? Rather than moving, the Rainbow Serpent can teleport itself up to 90 feet. 90 feet? What do we think? 90 feet? 120? It's a very, very, very high level monster. Let's say 120. 120 feet. Not any location it can see. The thing is, I don't want it to be able to just nope out of there. And Australia is the sort of country that there are lots of places in it where any location you could see is the horizon. Like, it's like, boop, bye. It has to want to fight you if at any point it's like, no, I'm losing, I'm out of here, and then it just nopes. I don't know. I think in combat you have to put a limit on it. And 120 feet is basically any location it can see. But teleporting from oasis to oasis is a huge distance as well. Yeah. I mean, it creates the oasis when it does it. I think teleporting from oasis to oasis would be an action rather than its move. And I'm going to give it the spell teleportation. It's going to be a spellcaster. Not just all spells or even just lots and lots of spells. I reckon, yeah, give it the... Or Dimension Door or something like that. Like, the ability to properly blamf out of there. So rather than moving, it can teleport itself up to 120 feet. When it does so, both the location it was and the location it is going to become shallow ponds. Billabong. No more than I wouldn't say like not very deep. It's more sort of the like difficult terrain. Location it is going to become shallow ponds. Roughly 50 feet wide and 3 foot deep. These would constitute difficult terrain for creatures without a swimming speed. And I think we call this ability Rainbow Teleportation. Or Billabong Teleportation. Billabong Jump. Yeah, I think Billabong Jump. I like that. Nice microbiologist. Billabong Jump. What happens to the water if it teleports to the top of a hill? Would there be a pond there as well? Does it change the layout of the land a bit? Yes, I believe so. The land around it sort of magically reshapes to its will. It is a creator god. The terrain is not suitable to this, e.g. a hillside. The area shifts and alters to accommodate. These would constitute difficult terrain for creatures without a swimming speed. 15 foot wide and 3 feet deep, unless it was the location was already water. Was already wet, already covered in water, submerged. Let me just make that natural brackets. There we go. I quite like that. That's neat. I also want to give it a better dark vision. Do I? Or maybe tremor sense? There isn't anything particularly in its lore about it being able to see in the dark, but snakes can. Or rather, snakes see infrared. They see heat. And they smell rather well. I want to crank the dark vision to 120. Tremor sense. I'm in there. Tremor sense. Also the same, 120. I'm making this thing more dangerous than challenge 23. Mind you, it doesn't have a lot of hit points. I almost want to crank that to an even 300 or something. Blind sight? Be closer to true sight? Yeah, I think magic could still block it. Like, if you're invisible, Tremor Sense would still let you. Blind sight? Yeah. I'm going with Tremor Sense because it can burrow. It can tunnel. And that's why I thought Tremor Sense. Blind sight, I take your point. I don't want to overload it, though. I don't want to over-egg the pudding. Combination of dark vision and tremor sense is basically blind sight. I don't like flyby. Living storm, siege monster definitely. Tempest is always in the center of it. Yeah. I don't hate that though. I don't think it's always at the center of, but I think it can be if it wants to be. Because there are some elements of it that says it doesn't. It takes away the rain when there's been enough. Like it does both, which is neat. Okay, that music, it's nice, but it's not enough, you know? What better? See, I do quite like Cinderlands. For Sirenscape users, that's what I'm using. The Cinderlands. Oh, actually, you know what I want? I want randomly spaced out music. Randomly spaced out music's really nice. And quite appropriate for what we're doing. The dream time. I suppose the trick is I'm wanting to give it weaknesses as well as be crazy strong. An actual god is boring, you know? My thinking, Laurite, on that was to do Do you have a Sirenscape subscription? Because if you don't, I could just log into your Siren chat on your Discord. Alternatively, I can just make up music as you go, because I'll be teching. And probably playing. It's what I did for the Dare with Jack. Worked fine. If you like, you can give me a few sort of hints about what's going to be coming, but you don't have to. I'm pretty good at making up Sirenscape on the fly. It's a steep learning curve with Sirenscape, but I do endorse, once you get the hang of it, it's a really, really handy thing. I don't mind the Living Storm thing, but I want to change it. Tempest is always the center of a storm that is at least 5 miles wide. Heavy precipitation in the form of either rain or snow falls here, causing the area to be lightly obscured. The heavy rain also extinguishes open flames and imposes disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on earring. In addition, strong winds swirl in the area covered by the storm. The winds impose disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. The winds extinguish open flames and disperse fog. So I don't have a subscription. No, I have a few Sirenscape tracks I want, and I can send the names to you. Yeah, sure, that works. That we can easily do. Moves up to its speed. Lightning strike. Tempest can cause a bolt of lightning to strike a point on the ground anywhere under its storm. Each creature must make a dex save of 20, taking 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save and half as much on a success. I don't mind that. Screaming Gale. The Tempest releases a blast of thunder and wind in the line that is 1 mile long and 20 feet wide. Objects in that area take 4d10 thunder damage. Each creature there must succeed a DC 21 dex save or take 22 thunder damage and be flung 60 feet. Oh, it's objects and creatures are different. In a direction away from the line. If a thrown target collides with an immovable object, such as a wall or floor, the target takes bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet it was thrown before the impact. Oof. The target would collide with another creature. Instead, that creature must succeed a DC dex save, or take the same damage and be knocked prone. Gosh. Good. I don't mind either of those things. I think I'm going to change it to Stormbringer. Bringer. Yes, Thamir, it is handy. The Rainbow Serpent may summon a storm (1d6) plus 4 miles in diameter at will. Every precipitation in the form of... It's just heavy rain. It's not snow. Heavy rain falls there, causing the area to be lightly obscured. Heavy rain also extinguishes open flames and imposes disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing. In addition, it's more about rain than... The winds impose disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. Ooh. I don't think that. I don't think that bit. Yeah, no, alright. I'll do that. Yeah, the winds impose disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. Sure. The winds extinguish open flames and disperse fog. I think all of that makes sense. When it gets angry, it makes a storm around itself. Sure. So... Right. Magic. Magical creature. The Rainbow Serpent may cast any of the following spells. So, which spells? Which spells do we give the Rainbow Serpent? Thoughts, chat. Spell list D&D. Spells for Dungeons & Dragons 5e. Let's go. All spells. I think Absorb Elements is definitely something it can do. I definitely think Absorb Elements. Absorb Elephants. Absorb Elements. 3 times a day. Call Lightning? Yeah, dead set. Don't disagree with that. I think because there is something about it being able to turn into a person. So I think it needs to be able to polymorph. I think it can true polymorph once a day. What's Arcane Eye? Visible magical eye that hovers in the air. You mentally receive information from the eye that has normal vision and dark vision to 30 feet. It can look in any direction. As an action, you can move the eye. Yeah. In hand. Yeah, definitely agree. Call Lightning. True polymorph once a day. You just witnessed me in real time forget how to spell once. Tony is lurking. Gotta run. Mum's making Cinnabons again. Valid. Completely valid. Have a nice time, Tony. My tummy just rumbled. Call Lightning. What do we reckon? 3 times a day? Sounds fair. Ow. Of my ankle. Arcane Lock, Arcanist's Magic Aura, Armor of Agathis, Shalderon's Stride, Astral Projection, Augury. Augury? I don't mind Augury. It's no real need. I think it's that sort of thing. Beacon of Hope, Beast Bond, Beast Sense, Bestow Cursed Bigby's Hand. Awaken. Create or destroy water. Destroy. Destroy water. unlimited. This creature controls water completely. It would also know shape water for the same reason. But I almost feel like shape water and mold earth just because it's god. Banishment. Nah. Lack tentacles, blade barrier, blade of disaster, blade ward, bless, blight, blink. Bones of the earth. Bones of the earth. I don't know that one. 6th level. Cause up to 6 pillars of stone to burst from places in the ground that you can see within range. I like that. That's cool. Bones of the earth. Yeah, that's cool. I might give it a single casting of Bones of the Earth. Once a day. That's neat. Catapult calm emotions. Ooh, calm emotions? What do we think, chat? Calm emotions? Again, I don't need to make it too powerful. Chain lightning. Charm person, no. Chromatic orb, no. Color spray, command, commune, compel, duel, compulsion. There are 27 pages of spells. Cone of cold, conjure celestial. I don't think it can do any of those things. It's not a conjure thing. Control water. Control weather. Yeah, I think it can control weather and can control water. Yeah. I'm going to give it unlimited castings of control water and control weather. Or do we think unlimited? It is the god of water, essentially. So it sort of has to be, doesn't it? Is a deeply as a creator god. As such, it may cast the following spells at will. Control weather, control water, create or destroy water. What I'm doing is I'm just cleaning it, just streamlining it a little bit. Following spells at will: create or destroy water, control water. Don't need to say unlimited now. Control water, control weather. Right. Any other spells you think? I don't think counterspell. Seems like a bit of a dick move. Create food and water. Create homunculus. Dancing lights cure wounds. Maybe healing word. Give it healing word. Just healing word. Demiplane, destructive wave, dimension door. That was it. We wanted to be able to teleport. You teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range. You arrive, which is in 500 feet. You arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight forward. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you to cast a spell. I don't think Dimension Door is a problem. I would, however, like to look for Divine Word. You utter a Divine Word. Imbued with the power shaped from the dawn of the world of the dawn of creation. Choose any number of creatures you can see within range. Each creature that can hear you must make a charisma save. On a failed save, the creature suffers effect based on its current hit points. 50 hit points if you're deafened for a minute. Regardless of current hit points, a celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend that fails to save is forced back to its plane of origin. Can't return to your current plane for 24 hours by any means short of the wish spell. Ooh, I like that. It's a bonus action. I might do a once a day casting of Divine Word. Hell yeah. Additionally, I might make absorb elements a thing it can do as many times as it likes. It's not very powerful. The Rainbow Serpent can cast, may cast the following spells once a day. True Polymorph, Call Lightning. Yeah, just drop the Call Lightning to... I reckon, like, it can just blamf out magic. Just throw magic at people. True Polymorph, Call Lightning, Divine Word, Bones of the Earth. Like some high-level magic. Dimension Door will also be on its whenever it fucking wants. I reckon Dimension Door. Yeah. I think that'd probably be it. That's probably all we need. A magical creature. The Rainbow Serpent is a deeply magical creature revered by some cultures as a creator god. As such, it may cast the following spells at will: absorb elements, create or destroy water, control weather, and Dimension Door. Additionally, the Rainbow Serpent may cast the following spells once a day: True Polymorph, Call Lightning, Bones of the Earth, and Divine Word. Any objections or other suggestions? Chat. I'm going to put the legendary resistance there. And Siege Monster there, just to make things neater, you know? I don't mind the legendary actions it's got. I kind of... yeah. So, actions. Multi-attack. It can make 2 attacks on it with its Thunderous Slam. 46 plus 9 light thunder damage. Yeah. So, I don't think it's going to be doing that a lot. This is my favorite element of this track. This piece of music. Very floaty. I think this is if they were to have an interaction with the Rainbow Serpent, this is very much the track I would be playing. Plus 16 to hit, reach 20 feet, 1 target. 46 plus 9. I think it's a little underpowered. 40-12, because no one ever gets to roll d12s. Now the average on 4d12 is 13 on 2d12, so 26 plus 9, 35. Decent amount of damage from a hit. Lightning Storm, recharge. All other creatures within 120 feet of the Tempest must each make a DC 20 Dex save throw, taking 27 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. If the target saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature is also stunned. Kills you. Like that. I have no issue with those things. Yeah. There we go. So, that's, I think... Chat, do we have any other suggestions about things we'd like to add? I don't want to over-egg the pudding too much, but... is there anything we should... I want to crank its hit points a little bit. Well, that's no good. I just used the chat commands to roll a D600. Just to give me a random number. I'm going to try again. 600. To see if it can give me a number a little bit higher than 260. 474. That's more the ballpark I'm looking for, I think. This is definitely going to crank it well above the 474, which I'm not even going to put how to generate that. 474 hit points, armor class 19. It would be natural armor. The challenge rating is easily 25 now. And, you know, I'm gonna make that a 24, giving it a +7. Why has it got all of these unevens? Look at that as well. And +7 in con. Its spellcasting ability will be Wisdom. I need to make note of that. Using Wisdom as its ability. There we go. Sort of elements there. Done. Better. The only other spell I might want to add is straight up teleportation. Teleport. Anything that's got teleport in the name. You're gonna... Thank you. Teleport to teleportation circle. Teleport is a 7th level spell. Teleport instantly travels you and up to 8 willing creatures of your choice that you can see within range, or a single object you can see within range to a destination you select. Yeah, one of them. Yeah. Teleport. Yeah. There you go. Glorious. Alrighty. So, there we have it. The Rainbow Serpent, a gargantuan celestial. Don't need that bit anymore. A lawful neutral gargantuan celestial creature. It has an armor class of 19. It has... Oh, you're spelling it properly. Thank you. It has 474 hit points, a speed of 40 feet, a flying speed of 120 feet, and it can hover, and a tunneling speed of 30 feet. Its proficiency bonus is +7. It has a strength of 24, a dex of 28, a con of 24, an intelligence of 21, a wisdom of 21, and charisma of 18. Saving throws are wisdom and charisma, 12 and 11 respectively. It is resistant to radiant, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks and radiant damage. Damage immunities: it is immune to lightning, poison, and thunder. It is also immune to exhaustion, being grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, or stunned. I'm actually going to add charmed. I don't think it'd be charmed. Senses: it is dark vision to 120 feet, it has tremor sense to 120 feet, and its passive perception is 22. It speaks Common, Celestial, Primordial, and Quarry, all of these telepathically. It has legendary resistance, it is a siege monster, and now we get to its more interesting abilities. The Billabong Jump. Rather than moving, the Rainbow Serpent can teleport itself up to 120 feet. When it does so, both the location it was and the location it is going to become shallow ponds, billabong, roughly 50 feet wide and 3 feet deep, unless the location it was already submerged. If the terrain is not suitable for this, e.g. a hillside, the area shifts and alters to accommodate. These would constitute difficult terrain, these billabong, would constitute difficult terrain for creatures without a swimming speed. It is a magical creature. The Rainbow Serpent is a deeply magical creature revered by some cultures as a creator god. As such, it may cast the following spells at will, using Wisdom as its spellcasting ability: absorb elements, create or destroy water, control weather, and dimension door. Additionally, the Rainbow Serpent may cast the following spells once a day: True Polymorph, Call Lightning, Bones of the Earth, Divine Word, and Teleport. It is a Stormbringer. The Rainbow Serpent may summon a storm 1d6 plus 4 miles in diameter wide at will. Heavy rain falls there, causing the area to be lightly obscured. Heavy rain... Why don't we say as a bonus action? This effect may be ended by the serpent using a second bonus action. It is an effect, not a spell, so I wouldn't allow it to be dispelled. Heavy rain falls here, causing the area to be lightly obscured. Heavy rain also extinguishes open flames and imposes disadvantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing. In addition, strong winds swell in the area covered by the storm. The winds impose disadvantage on ranged attack rolls. The winds extinguish open flames and disperse fog. As an action, beyond the spells that it can cast, it can also multi-attack. The Rainbow Serpent makes 2 attacks with its Thunderous Slam. I almost want to give it a bite. It's a serpent. No, it's a serpent. Grapple. Bite into a grapple? Because I reckon it would coil itself around it. Bite into a grapple. Let's give it some options. Let's do both. Why not both? ¿Por qué no dos? I would say it can make 2 attacks. Bite. Melee. Melee weapon attack. The formatting is important to me. Because I'm silly. It is a plus. This would be I think, a strength-based attack. So, a +7, so 14 to hit. What do you reckon? Bites normally. It's a gargantuan serpent. Those coily is not really working well on a medium creature. That's true. Well, then bite grapple. That's a valid point, Thamua. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that large. Yeah, if it coiled around you, you just die. Suffocated. So I reckon this is a 14 to hit. Reach was, again, 20 feet. I don't mind that, because it's huge. 1 target. On a hit. And this can grapple. Swallow attack instead of a grapple. Ooh, that could be something right there. Yeah? Sure. I reckon, like, the first attack grapples, and then on a subsequent turn, the bite can it may make a second attack to swallow. So let us say, I reckon it's 2d10 piercing, 1 for each fang, +7, 2d10, +7 rather, and 1d12 poison. Damage. And the average on those 11, 7, 18, plus a further 7, 25. However, a creature hit by this attack must... A creature of size, class... Yeah, because it can't... I would say it can't swallow anything bigger than large. Because snakes can eat something their own size, but it takes ages. And they have to, like... they massively incapacitate themselves to eat something huge. A size class, large or smaller... hit by this attack must succeed. Oh no, let's say a creature hit by this attack is grappled as it bites it. But it can't swallow anything of size class large or smaller. A creature hit by this attack must succeed a strength save. DC would be... well, most of his other things are 20. Must succeed a strength save, DC 20. How is that formatting? Oh, okay. Succeed a strength saving throw DC 20 or be grappled. On a subsequent turn, the Rainbow Serpent may make a second bite attack against a grappled creature Why can I hear the voices in my head? Come on. Randomly spaced out music. Sirenscape had a brain fart by the look of it. Perhaps music? I'm sure it'll come. On a subsequent turn, the Rainbow Serpent may make a second bite attack against a grappled creature. So, you have a turn to get away. Make an attack swallow. Condition needs to be grappled. Yeah. Bite it. Rainbow Serpent makes 2 attacks. One of which may be its bite. Yeah, okay, so randomly spaced out music is completely silent, and I'm not happy about it. So, let's have epic chord, cello, and violin. There we go. Uncertain why cello and violin aren't making any noise, but epic chord's doing it, that'll do. condition needs to be grappled. Yep. On a subsequent turn, the Rainbow makes 2 attacks. One of which may be its bite or swallow. Makes 2 attacks. Just trying to find the best way to phrase it. It may make 2 Thunderous Slam attacks. Because I don't like, if it does Lightning Storm, that's what it does. I don't think it should be able to do Lightning Storm and then something else. The other must be a Thunderous Slam. I don't particularly care for the wording, but that's it is what it means. Or be grappled. Swallow. Melee. Weapon attack. Technically, I guess. Again, I think it's still a +14 to hit. I think it does have to hit, but it would have advantage because the creature would be grappled. May attempt to swallow a grappled creature. The Rainbow Serpent may attempt to swallow a grappled creature. The creature must... the creature makes a DC 20 strength save in throw, and on a fail is swallowed. Becoming restrained within the serpent's belly. Taking, say, 3d12 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. Strength. Don't know why I put that there. Swallow. The Rainbow Serpent may attempt to swallow a grappled creature. The creature takes a DC 20 strength saving throw on a fail, and on a fail is swallowed, becoming restrained within the serpent's belly, taking 3d12 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. If not, it's just not swallowed. It does not become ungrappled. But I think the strength save to get away from it makes more sense, because this is a very big creature. Swallow a grappled creature of size large or smaller. The serpent may use this attack again to regurgitate. To vomit the swallowed creature back up on its turn. I think that's fair. So, its attacks. Multi-attack. The Rainbow Serpent makes 2 attacks, one of which may be its bite or swallow attack, the other must be its thunderous slam. Either a pair of thunderous slams or either a pair of thunderous slams or a thunderous slam and a bite or swallow. It's very complicated way of saying what we mean. I don't care for it. Make 2. Thunderous slam attack or a slam followed by a bite or swallow. That's better. The Rainbow Serpent may make 2 thunderous slam attacks or a slam followed by a bite or swallow attack. Better. The bite is a strength-based attack, so 14 to hit, 20 feet range. One target hits 25 damage, 2d10 plus 7 piercing, and 1d12 poison damage. A creature hit by this attack must succeed a strength saving throw of DC 20 or be grappled. The swallow attack is the follow-up. The Rainbow Serpent may attempt to swallow a grappled creature of size large or smaller. The creature makes a DC 20 strength saving throw, and on a failed save is swallowed, becoming restrained within the serpent's belly, taking 3d12 acid damage at the start of each of its turns. The serpent may use this attack again to vomit the swallowed creature back up on its turn. Well, that's sort of obvious, isn't it? To vomit the creature back up. Thunderous Slam. It's a pretty simple one. It's the basic attack. 18 to hit, Sorry, 16 to hit because it's a dex save. It's a dex attack. 1 target, 35, which is 4d12 plus 9 lightning, thunder damage. And then there is Lightning Storm, which is also pretty cool. It's basically Core Lightning. Half as much on a success. If a target fails to throw by 5 or more, the creature is also stunned until the end of its next turn. Legendary actions. I also think I want to give it Slam. I think it can Thunderous Slam as it's the Rainbow Serpent makes a Thunderous Slam attack. There we go. Wizard. I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. And I need to go and get my brother from the airport. So, chat, thank you very much for joining me. This was quite fun. I've been Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other related things, but you know that because you've done it already. Good job. Keep doing it, you bloody champions. I will be back tomorrow night for the Curious Compendium of Slavic Myth and the one-shot within it, The Legend of the Firebird, where I will be taking a team of adventurers through the one-shot from said Curious Compendium, The Legend of the Jarpetitsa. Legend of the Firebird. Jarpetitsa. Daria gives me shit. Daria will be playing as well, which is very exciting. Teres will also be joining us. Dan Swelto as well, and the last spot has yet to be filled. Tamio, you will see me next time, my friend. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm also back on Thursday night for more Humblewood, and Monday we will be doing more Mano a Mano. And next Tuesday, for Tactics Tuesday, I think I've got to take a look at the Bunyip. Now, those things are quite upsetting. Need to find some good pictures though, because a giant starfish seems to be the general impression I'm getting. I will put the link for the Curious Compendium up there. This is the link for all of our Ukraine charities that we are linking people to. If you fancy any of those, please feel free to chuck us a donation there, you bloody legends. Other than that, Sirenscape for the music, Wooden Forge for the affiliate link if you fancy checking out some beautiful handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. You can find them all there. Exclamation mark Wooten Forge. I'm super hungry. And do I need to do anything else? Raid. That's what we need to do. We need to go and raid somebody. And I think we haven't raided Mike Moans in ages. We also haven't raided GM's Workshop in a gosh darn while, and we rarely get to because Rackham is normally ends before we do. So I'm going to drop a raid on GM's Workshop. GM Workshop. There's no S. I don't know why I keep doing it. And we will raid Mike another time because Mike is often still streaming when we finish. So we're going to drop a raid on GM Workshop. So let's do that, shall we? Guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to say goodbye, and we will chuck a raid up going over to GM Workshop. It looks like he is playing... it looks like he is chat plays D&D. It'll be fun. So yeah, tell Rackham where you came from, show him all the love, throw your favourite raid emotes up in chat, and do all those lovely good things. Thanks so much for joining me, guys, and we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, me. Bye, me.